Something smells off.
Your tire's not rubbing, there's trash under there burning, but it's up to you.
I reach for the window net and like trying to get out.
Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
They're all working on the left rear that's on fire.
Get the carcass out of there, now that it's out. Get a sawzall and cut it. Help her, help her, help her.
And so they pulled me out of the truck. I can't breathe still because I have my helmet on. It's all stuck in there. It was such a bad scenario. It was scary, it was really scary.
Hailie, I'm such a fan of yours. Thank you so much for taking time to do this and letting us learn a little bit more about you. Your story is incredible. I want to go all the way back to the beginning though, because you grew up in a family of racing. So this is something that you've always known, but when did you feel like you were really falling in love with racing?
I would say going back to the first time I ever raced, the first time I ever drove, they were these small off-road trucks, and my dad just made the transition from freestyle motocross to off-road truck racing. I was 7 years old at the time, just about to turn 8. And I remember seeing these little kids my age, maybe a little bit older than me, but like somewhere around my age, racing these off-road trucks. They were a miniature version of pretty much what my dad was racing. And we had a friend that their son raced them, and I just so happened to get to hop in one of the races and kind of just drive it around the pits, just feeling it. And I knew that was the moment like I really fell in love with it. And being able to go to the races with my family, being a part of it, and just being there as a whole, it was more like a family thing. It wasn't just me, because my dad was doing it too. My mom was very involved with it. My little brothers were always there, and so it was a wild way to grow up.
But when you started to get good at this, what did you think about what you could accomplish, even at that time, even at a really young age?
I got treated like I was one of the boys. Like I wasn't treated, looked at any differently, at least from my family and the people on my side. And my dad, if I went out there and was second in practice, he got on me and was like, why are you second? Figure out why you're second, figure out why he's better than you, and do that and do it better. It was always trying to be the best. It was never trying to be the best girl. It was not ever trying to just focus on being the only girl there. Well, I did better than the other girl. It wasn't that. It was going out there and being the best overall.
You know, just almost having to explain to people that they can treat you just like everyone else. They can treat you like the guys. And I know you're somebody that doesn't take anything from anybody else, and you really stand for yourself, but that's hard. I think as women, sometimes we don't realize how difficult that is and how much it affects, it wears on you. What are some challenges that you faced in trying to prove yourself and just wanting to be treated like everybody else?
I think I kind of was raised in the way of not acting like I was the girl out there, not trying to be the best girl. And I think that kind of got away from me, I would say a year or two ago, and it's back now. And that's something like, I felt like I had so many people pushing me to be like, oh, the girl, and oh, it's the best, you're better than the other girls, or this, that, and I hated it. It's the last thing I ever wanted to be. It's the last thing I thought I ever was. I feel like I kind of had to take a step back during this last off season and kind of just take a look at my program as a whole and get back to who I truly am. And I feel like it's definitely shown already this year a little bit, but that's who I truly love. That's who I truly feel the most like myself and confident with.
Well, recently your truck caught on fire.
Yeah.
Can you describe just what it was like being in that situation?
I think it was a lot scarier than people realized because no one knew it was happening. Our past flat tire was wrapped around the whole brake, caliper, rotor, all of it. And so it was so like inset in there, no one even noticed it. I kept going and going. I was like, guys, it's getting bad. I was like, I'm telling you, like, it's hot. I can feel like I'm in an oven right now. At that moment, they're like, yeah, we're on fire, and because it just like came out of, you could actually see it from the outside of the truck. By the time I got down the pit road, like these flames are picking up. The smoke is getting terrible. I get to pit road, and all of a sudden they hit it with the fire extinguisher, which poured all the black smoke into like that inner cab part where I was sitting. I start coughing and choking, and it wasn't that bad. I was waiting it out. They hit it with the fire extinguisher again, and there was an air box right behind where I sit. And so what it did was took that fire extinguisher smoke on top of the black smoke, and it shoved it in my helmet, and so it pulled the oxygen out. All of a sudden, I can't see anything. There's black smoke. I'm already coughing, closing my eyes because they burn. This is bad, and I'm starting to like because like there's no oxygen. I'm stuck in the helmet, everything's closed off, and I reach for the window net and like trying to get out. I can't keep up on the radio to tell them they're all working on the left rear that's on fire. And so it just so happened my crew chief on top of the pit box, because of the angle he was at, saw my hand running across the window net. So he jumped off the pit box and went and was screaming on the radio to help me. It was such a bad scenario.
I feel like we need to take a deep breath after that.
I know. You start appreciating when you can breathe. You don't realize how scary it is. Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, you go through all the same things that the guys go through, right? You're out there, you're right on par with everything that they're doing. Do the guys drive you differently?
I wish I could say no, I get treated the same as everybody else, but I hate to say it, and it's yes, I do. I noticed the higher the level I got, the worse it got. And it's just like any situation that people get an opportunity to wreck me, to put me in the fence, anything, it happens. And I notice that they don't do that to other people.
It helps so much to see another woman do it, to feel that you can. And I think for a lot of these young girls, they're thinking, I can be like Hailie, and they can look at that example and see your success. What have your interactions with some of the young girls that look up to you been like?
Oh, it's been crazy. Even back when I did race off-road trucks, and when I won the championship, I ended up selling my car. And I remember I sold it to another girl that was racing. And we kind of went to the same go-kart track and stuff, because I'd always go there for fun, just to get more laps. And I noticed myself always going out of my way to try to help her. If she ever needed help, ever needed some pointers, just whatever she needed. And I think it's because I liked seeing that I motivated another girl to get into it. And even now, to this day, if I go back to the West Coast, those dirt races, I have so many dads coming up to me saying, I got my daughter into racing because of you. Because when you think about it, you kind of have girls and boys growing up, they're little kids. Usually the boy hangs out with his dad while he's working in the garage or working on his car. And so it naturally develops for them to be more into that. Girls usually hang out with their mom more, maybe inside doing other stuff like that, or whatever the mom's interests are. But I feel like at a young age, you get so kind of already separated. And I feel like that's something that if dads can see or parents can see that, hey, like that's possible for a girl, it'll make them more prone to helping them learn about those things.
What was the transition from off-road to asphalt like for you? Because it's not been that long even. You've already had so much success on asphalt, but what was that transition like?
I think the transition from going to dirt to asphalt, it was tough. It was very tough because I noticed I was someone who was just aggressive, want to overdrive, and I feel like you overdrive your entries, get you in bad situations, and I feel like I had to untrain myself from that. Like I kind of had to like pull the reins back on myself to be like, hey, have some patience, kind of figure out what you're doing, learn the ropes of it, because I just wanted to go, 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 go.
You said that your biggest accomplishment is yet to come. So what are your goals for the future?
I mean, I think as any racer's goal, your goal is to go out there and win races. And my end goal is to make it to the Cup Series and be a well-rounded, good driver there. Can't tell you if that's winning races, can't tell you if that's running top 5 or what. I don't know who's gonna be in that series then or what team I'll be with, but that's my goal and I hope to accomplish that.
There's not many female drivers, right? So it's hard to find somebody that you would say, this woman is my idol, but you're somebody who has never considered yourself even that different, right? So is there a driver outside of your dad who you really look up to or you like the way that they race or anything like that?
Honestly, I think that I've been so focused on what I want to accomplish, and everyone has a different path and different journey to get there. And I think there's no one way to get there. And I think everyone has had their different ways of accomplishing their goals, and that's something that I feel like can't be copied to a T. And so I feel like you almost have to do your own thing, and I enjoy doing my own thing because I feel like I am different. Like I bring a lot of social media attention. I am a girl that races, but like I want to go out there and I'm gonna have my story to tell and my journey that's gonna get me there.
Thank you so much for having us here. This was an absolute blast to be here, and I'm just assuming that I'm gonna come back and have a standing invite. You're gonna teach me how to do all this. I'm gonna be an off-road pro, right?
Oh yeah, I'll give you the full training lowdown. We'll have you on dirt bikes and UTVs and just having a lot of fun, so.
I feel like that we should explain to people that there's a reason why we didn't do it today, and it's probably because you think I wouldn't be good at it, which may be true.
I've been a little busy, but we're gonna get these tracks built, and trust me, you'll be back, I promise.
Can't wait. Thank you again for your time. It's so much fun seeing what you're doing and cannot wait to continue to follow your journey.
Thank you, I appreciate it.